What's up, y'all? This Bitz podcast. Big Killzown in the building. No Breezy tonight, but we got John from Iro from Real Gaming News. We got my dog Crimson Knight in the building.
What's up?
And this episode is not brought to you by Wingstop, but I'm eating it. You know.
How is that?
Oh, you know, I'm biased because Rick Ross, I found out, got 25 stores. You know, I'm gonna holler at him so I can get this franchise on the low.
They don't let him eat for free anymore at his own stores. He was eating too damn much.
Oh no! don't do the OG like that, John. Damn.
Nah, I'm a fan, but I'm just saying.
Don't kill the goddamn sponsorship. I'm trying to get free chicken and to your house. You in Canada, we trying to build the bridge. Don't tear it down. Shit. I don't know if they got Wingstops in Canada.
The part of Canada where I live, they don't even have a Taco Bell.
Oh shit! Well then,
we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Like I said, don't be burning the bridge now.
And speaking of which, I'd like to open a Wingstop in Canada. So reach out to me. Nah, just kidding.
MMG Gamers, shit.
Hell yeah, that could be. That's a nice ring to it. But
yeah.
hit up Killzone first, and then trickle down to me.
Matter of fact, no. MMG.
Not trying to jack your idea.
Look, hold on.
MMG, make money gamers.
No. Made by music gamers. We ain't because it's made by music group, right? Just keep it all MMG. But anyway, we here to talk about this XO event that killed my battery and didn't like blow my socks off. I was waiting on something that just blow me all the way away. Now,
and I disagree, but let's hear both sides, right?
Now, I understand, John, that we basically playing the waiting game.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 2 years like this. No, it'll be 2 years like this.
Yeah, no,
maybe 1 year for Xbox, 2 years for something like that.
I don't know, because they're gonna try to. PlayStation is they're gonna let Xbox say they coming out first, and then they're gonna come out first. But I think the war is gonna be very, very different going into this shit, because Xbox got the xCloud, and what they could do with this xCloud shit is unprecedented. We ain't seen no shit like this. We ain't seen, gaming truly cross-platform across all platforms, your phone, your tablet, your computer, your game console. You ain't seen no shit like that.
Switch.
Well, that depends, but we'll see, because we'll see. But
they're including it for now, but
well, the Nintendo saying it. They not finna do business with no. They'll kill their whole brand in Japan. They ain't finna do this shit. But to this XO,
they're doing it for now with the third-party game.
Well, I'm talking about. Well, I thought you was talking about having it, because I was listening to Gamer Tag Radio.
Oh,
shout out to them, and they said
I know what you mean now.
Yeah, they said they might have to do the xCloud on the Switch.
Like to be able to buy an Xbox game on the Switch or the PlayStation and play the Xbox game through the cloud. Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, if anybody did agree to that with Microsoft, that would be pretty cool. But
I don't see it happening.
No, it's probably not good for brand. Plus Microsoft will have to pay a massive cut. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, sure, just give me 50%," and they'll be like, "No."
No. So basically, what was I finna say? So we saw the game. We saw a lot of gameplay reveals for games that are coming out, and the only thing they really had, like first party for real, that they showed was Crackdown 3, They showed the expansions for Forza and Sea of Thieves, and I think Minecraft. I didn't see the whole thing, but I
Yeah, there
left.
was a
I got.
Minecraft. There was a couple of Minecraft announcements.
That's what I'm saying. So my whole thing, and they're gonna have Hellblade, Senseless Sacrifice. They're gonna have what else? They gonna have
Yeah, they're
on
gonna
Game
put
Pass.
Sensua's. They're gonna put Sensua's Sacrifice, Senua, whatever, Hellblade. They're gonna put Hellblade on store shelves, and
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
on.
free with Xbox Game Pass. They now have a total of 13 first-party studios because they announced 2 new ones today.
Yeah.
Um,
One is Obsidian, and one is what's the other one?
16 In Exile Entertainment.
Okay.
Which they made they made Star Wars Knights of the Obsidian Entertainment made Fallout New Vegas, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Pillars of Eternity, South Park, Stick of Truth. In Exile Entertainment, it has Brian Fargo, who was one of the creators of Fallout, and he was running Interplay, and he works on I forget the name of their most recent hits, but it's like some big RPG computer stuff that's like really people love it. It's some of the best RPGs. They did show Devil May Cry 5 developer discussion and some gameplay of that. There was that game Jump Force, brand new gameplay shown for that. Kingdom Hearts 3 got some new gameplay. Just Cause 4 got new gameplay and a developer discussion. They announced a bunch of Final Fantasies are coming, a bunch of old ones. Crackdown 3 got the multiplayer reveal. There's a new game called Void Bastards that was world premiered from the co-creator of BioShock.
That was cold. Continue.
Yeah, just trying to run down here. They announced 16 new games coming to Xbox Game Pass, but they did it like a couple at a time, so it's kind of like all over the place. But there's PUBG. There's by the way, they showed probably about 6 indie games that have never been seen before. Because they showed some of them as part of the Game Pass. They were like, "Oh, check out this game you never heard of. It's going to come to Game Pass when it comes out." And they showed the game for a little bit, but they didn't really spend that much time on each of those. And then they showed the indie developer ID at Xbox. The boss to that came through and said that they've put out over 1,000 indie games through that program on Xbox One, and that they've gotten something like 4 billion hours of gameplay on the indie games. Also, that was another surprising thing, that they have 4 million active players on State of Decay 2, apparently. And there's going to be expansions for that.
Man, we knew that, but I couldn't believe that shit.
That was a lot. Yeah. So, I think this was... I'm going to let... you should say your opinion too again, but I just want to say, like, for me, I think that the way that they do these presentations, Microsoft is really good at it nowadays, and like the Xbox shows are exciting for every moment of it. To me, it doesn't mean I don't want to play every single game, but I like the way that their strategy is with trying to do like cloud stuff and the subscription stuff. But they even said, like, this is just a choice. We're not going to try to force you into this. Like, we already know the rumor is that there's going to be a streaming box, but there's also going to be a full power console next gen. So that's cool, to give you both options. Oh, yeah, by the way, the Crackdown 3 new game mode has, like, ridiculous amounts of destruction, and it's 5 versus 5, and it's all different game modes. It's not just one mode. And they're using the Microsoft Azure cloud in order to stream the destruction calculations. That way, even if you have a regular Xbox, there's not going to be any like frame tearing or any shit like that. And I just think that this was sort of like a strengthening and like a reinforcement to the fact, like, we know Don Madrick fucked up, and now we have Phil Spencer here, and like, just to reassure you, like, yes, we're on the right path, but this is not really a show about selling Xboxes, in my opinion. This is more like to show you like we know what we're supposed to do for the next like years and shit.
Yeah, I mean, you remember, I bought both of these shits and launch because we
Right, me
you
too.
know we reviewed a lot of games and a lot of shit came our way and we was ready. Now hold on, who got the anime on?
I don't.
Who got music on in the back?
My girl is here. She's creating characters in 2K19. She's putting in a Deshko and Armika now.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Go push the talk because we got the whole. I want the whole show to be ripped off because hey,
Yeah. Hand me the remote there.
He said, "I'm gonna make it turn it down." You ain't gotta do all that now. He said, "Oh,
are they better?"
Yeah, you good. You good because John got it on push to talk. Because y'all, I know people y'all doing stuff. I had a phone ring and everything, but I just have it quiet for right now because
she makes I let her just go at it and she just makes characters and she does an amazing, phenomenal job at it.
I see.
Oh, yeah.
I saw some. Go ahead, John.
No, I'm just saying I'm not doing anything different. It's just that I don't have like the proper headset equipment right now. So I'm using my cell phone has the best microphone. So
okay, yeah.
I don't want to have like if I'm picking up and putting it down, it's gonna be like no that.
All right. So, excuse me. No, I'm gonna say this. The showcase was cool. Like I wish I had my passport and my shit together because I sure would have been there. Or at the Drake concert, probably would have been there because
those crowds are going crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just to go to Mexico City, you know what I'm saying? Just to have an excuse.
Be careful.
Well, I'm gonna be at the resort in Mexico. All the gangsters. I ain't going to get my trick on. So yeah. That's what everybody do going to Mexico. They play like, oh, we going to go on vacation. No, you going to get your trick on, and you going to buy some dope, or both. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
damn.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I got a little bit of news real quick. I don't know if anyone knows this, but if you got a Wii and you still using Netflix on it after January 30th of 2019, you will not be able to.
Hell no, they killing the Wii all the way off. Like why kill the Wii off and don't kill the Wii U off?
Yeah, oh, that's coming. They announced that. They announced no more support for the Wii U, even though they haven't put out an update for years, anyways. So.
Well, I mean, you can still buy games and shit on the Wii U though. That's the thing. Like the Wii U is still fully functional, whereas the Wii they kind of just cutting that shit off.
You guys, there's a thing about that whole like cutting things off, fully functional thing. Like this is gonna have to be another topic, maybe, or for another day or something. But I just want to say, like, it's alarming how many games nowadays require a patch. Not just like the patch will make it better, but like the patch will make it actually play. Otherwise, you cannot play. And just imagine like 10, 20 years from now, if this stuff is not re-released, you won't even be able to play it. So, I just want to give props to the homebrew community who is trying to find a way to like preserve everything. That's all.
Well, I mean, like I have my way. And because I was so fond of the weather and the news channel, like the homebrew community, they helped me out. They're like, okay, I want to be able to turn them back on. Okay, you do this, you do this, and you do this, and then you should be able to have news and weather back up. And I did it. And I totally have my news and weather back up all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think the reason I think nowadays is because I'm kind of in the middle. I'm all for, especially with everything we've been seeing as far as like best practices at these companies. I want everybody to get paid because if they don't make their sales quotas, then folks start getting fired. Whole studios is getting closed. I'm glad Anthem, the gameplay for Anthem looks amazing. and hopefully it could kind of pick up the slack that Destiny had and really fix the end game and keep adding rolling content out because if they don't, Bioware is gonna be no more. They're gonna get killed with the rest of all them studios they didn't have. So
I
anyway,
think that's coming,
but
and
back
it's
to
sad.
well,
But
I don't
yeah,
know.
to let you,
Anthem looking good now.
I
If that beta rings off, then we're gonna see what's up. But back to the Xbox.
yeah,
Back to the XO event. Like I'm just saying, like if you don't have, I just feel like have the event. The event is fine. Having everybody there is fine. Like they wanted to do the live stream because they knew other people were they're gonna live stream and do videos and all the other stuff. So I just felt like it just wasn't anything there that blew me away. Not saying that the games weren't good that they shown. Not saying because I'm a Game Pass member, I'm finna re-up for 6 months. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like Game Pass, I feel like it's a good deal. And you know, shout out to Gamer Tag Radio again. I think if they made Xbox Live free, it just had people pay a year, $60 a year, or hell, even $100. Just take $20 off instead of, you know what I'm saying, for a year of Game Pass. I would totally do that, because shit. I mean, and then you get the xCloud support in there, you know what I'm saying, when it comes, because shit, instead of having to even download the game, I just hit a button. I got a connected console. I'll just stream the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't even no big thing, and it's possible now. So, yeah, it's not that I hated it, not that I didn't find it entertaining. It was nothing there that made me just hyped for everything. Like I'm a fan of Forza. I'm gonna be playing that and that expansion. I don't know if you gotta buy that expansion or they just gonna roll it out.
that's free.
Oh, okay. So that's what I'm saying. So we got that expansion.
The majority of their expansions are actually all of the expansions are free for the first party games right now. The expansions they talked about today. And that goes back to what I was saying, where like Xbox is in a bad position. You got to think about this show in the context of there are almost 90 million PS4s in the market, and there's like 30 million Xboxes. Switch is about to pass Xbox, and that thing came out years later. So, and they know like Xbox One is game over. Like they're basically getting ready for next gen. But I think that what they're trying to show with shows like this and the way that it's going to be a bunch of free expansions for each game, they're trying to show you like, okay, we know that this is kind of a mostly a failure, but we're not just going to abandon it and then ask you to buy new hardware. We're going to like sweeten the deals for you for whoever is playing. We're going to like try to make these games a little better, a little better, a little better,
and sort of like you instead of just abandoning you completely.
Right. What they did with the Wii U, where they just were like, "Oh, pull the plug immediately." Everybody who has a Wii U is burned.
Over to the Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep it. And I mean, to be fair, it's so many. I think you can't really tell it's only 30 million Xboxes because it's enough. The player base is there because every time I got on Master Chief Collection and people were still playing, I'm like, damn.
Well, yeah, there's only like 22 million Switches. But it seems like a lot of people because the people are passionate about it. So Xbox is a similar situation where like, yeah, they only have 30 million Xboxes sold, but there was crowds going wild over there.
Yeah.
Those crowds were going wild over there.
Yeah, they were.
Because I watched the Switch, like the Wii U, a buddy of mine, he has one, and he was like, I need to buy a Wii U. I'm like, dude, I have a Sega Saturn. I'd already been through this.
Yeah, I mean, well, see, the thing about it is when people miss something, they want to go back and they want to trade. They want to go and they want to see what they missed. And so if you miss a console, that's why I bought the NES and excuse me, the SNES and the NES Classic, because I knew that I wanted to play these games. So it was just,
Yeah.
you
But
know what I'm saying?
like for me, I'm like, he was like, you need to get a Wii U for Smash. I'm like, yeah, Smash Ultimate is about to drop. I don't
It's
know
like,
buy it now. Like, I literally have no reason to buy a Wii U as a result.
exactly.
You've already put this out that I can just buy this one, which is the perfect version of that game, and I'm good to go.
Exactly, and it's like that's why I can't find mine. I don't know who.
It's like, why? You could buy it for Mario Kart. Like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Edition is out on the Switch. That was like one of their flagship games to come with it.
Exactly. Same thing.
Like,
Well,
you're not swinging the pot for me to buy a Wii U at all.
I'm becoming kind of somewhat of a gaming collector over time now. So like, I still have one of those, and I bought like a bunch of Nintendo Wiis that people were selling for like 15, 20 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if I see somebody's like, oh, selling this Wii U like 20 bucks, I'll probably buy it. And even though I already have one, and then like I got 3 DS Lites and like 2 PSPs. So, it's not really about like I never want to own one of these. It's more just like the majority of people only want to really have 1 to 2 consoles at a time.
I mean, like, I've always stated that a console is pretty much an investment. I got a Sega Saturn, and I looked at how much I had to front to get it. Like, I had to put in for the 4 megabyte RAM card so I could play European and Japanese games. Had to do the same for the I had to do that. Had to buy the Sega Stunners. I have both of them. I have one that's black and gold, and then I have the orange and black one. That was the American release.
Mm-hmm.
I had to come up with money for games like Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, X-Men Children. I have all 3 of those in the Japanese version.
Mm-hmm.
I have all 3. It's like, you have to be willing to put money into this. This isn't gonna be something that you can go like, okay, I can afford to do it, and then I really can't. Like, Sega Saturn was kind of expensive in the long run, but I ultimately deemed it worth it.
Mm-hmm. And see, the thing about it was like and then I think the Wii U is gonna become like that too, because because you don't because like you don't I'm trying to catch my breath. You don't necessarily see the value in it. We don't see the value. All these systems are going to end up being like that. And the reason why the Saturn is like that is because nobody really wanted it. And, then you're going to have systems, even the core systems, hell, even Dreamcast is hard to get. You can get the systems are easy to get, but the games are getting harder and harder to get because people hold on to them. The same thing with the Wii's. Like, John's going to have 15 Wii's in his basement, because all these people started selling them, and when they want to go back to get a Wii or a GameCube or whatever, so it's like now.
Then they want to find them, and they're not going to be able to find them. I'm going to be like, step right up, $400.
Exactly. So
because I'm like I have like my Sega Saturn, I dropped like about $50 to get it, and then like adding on to it, I ended up getting like a second one for free off the website, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me sell that. I ended up flipping that for like $250 after I put like some extra stuff with it.
But you see, back to the sort of Xbox, because this does, like, the reason why we started talking about this stuff was something related to Xbox, and I can bring it back to that by saying, I really think that Phil Spencer and the new team and all this time they've had to try and play catch up, and they sort of failed there, and now they're looking forward. And with their new plans starting to take action, I really honestly think that they understand that now, and they're trying to say like we can't tell you about next gen today because we have a couple years or at least 1 year before we're going to talk about that. We can't like shoot ourselves in the foot for sales, right? For the Xbox One. However, they're sort of like showing you like we understand that there needs to be certain types of services, discounts that's only on Xbox, and eventually games that's only on Xbox, and they're gonna come. And one thing that they said today, which was probably the most exciting thing to hear, was that all the studios that they bought are gonna be unchanged. Like they're not gonna go in there and be like, all right, well, let's get rid of this guy and let's bring this guy in and well, you're working on that? All right, let's cancel that. Let's do one of these. Like they're not doing none of that. They're just
so they're not gonna do like they did before with Scalebound and all that. They're just gonna let them rock and do what they want to do.
Well, that was a little different because that was like Microsoft was approaching people who they don't own and asking them like, hey, let's make such and such game. And then those companies were like, all right, yeah. And they signed the deal. And then they started to make a different game. And then they were like, okay, Microsoft, like your idea didn't work, but here's what we made. And then Microsoft was like, well, it's not what we agreed to, but let's see how it goes. And then after a while, Microsoft's like, okay, this game kind of looks like shit, so it's canceled. Like the people were kind of running off with their money and then making games that they thought would be cool on Xbox. And Microsoft was like, okay, that's not really what I wanted. It doesn't really look that good. So they just canceled that shit. But in this case, it's more like they put money on companies that they think are already successful and they believe in what those guys are already doing. So they're just sort of like, okay, now you have our resources, now you have our funding, so just do what you were already doing and just do it even better and just do it only on Xbox.
Well, it's technically not only on Xbox because...
That's true because of xCloud and PC. Yeah, now they're going to a whole nother, which is important and actually a good idea because Xbox is not exactly super popular right now. So that's a good idea. Plus, they said, Phil Spencer said that the Windows Store is not good. And he's going to go in there and change it and fix it. So that was pretty cool. I get what you're saying about the event wasn't like super, super spectacular, maybe. Like it's not like an E3 2008 or whatever, right? Like it's not like, oh, new game. It's not like one of those. But it is like the whole event overall just sort of reminds me like, okay, like I need to be assured every like 6 months. I need Xbox to like prove to me they still know what they're gonna do soon. You know what I mean? Like they need to keep.
I don't think. I mean, they do for some people, but for me, who I enjoy both consoles anyway, and I'm patient. Like I don't need because think about it. We're right in the middle of another crowded ass gaming season. Like last year was cool, but this year.
Yeah,
had game after game after game, and I'm like, fuck, I can't even like even in the summertime because then that's when everybody's traveling, going to E3, going to Gamescom, going to Tokyo Game Show. Like then folks working, going, doing their thing, falling in love, falling out of love, doing whatever they're doing. You ain't even got time to really sit down and finish this shit. And then just keep on flooding you with shit. It's just like.
I just finally finished my Black Ops 4 review, and then I'm like booting up Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm starting to finally get into that, and I'm like, wow, this is fun. And then Fallout 76 is gonna come out next week. Damn.
Yeah.
And that's just a few games. Let's never mind all the indies that's dropping in between.
Man, Just Cause.
Darksiders 3 coming out like this too. It's Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah, I had to have somebody else do that.
Yeah,
I don't got time for that.
Like all like the guys that I'd talked to, they're like, yeah, I'm mostly waiting on Smash Ultimate. I'm like, okay, like, but you have a Switch like that. That's like your game for this year. Like you don't really give a shit about anything else.
And that goes into our next what you call it? But go ahead, John.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just was gonna say I still gotta play Starlink. There's some really cool game coming on Switch called like Deathmark or something like that. I don't want to miss out on it just because it's weird. I want to play that, but it's like, where do you find the time? And then we got Resident Evil 2 coming next year.
Kingdom Hearts 3 at the top of the damn year.
Yeah.
A week later, Resident Evil come. Like, damn.
I want to see that. I want to see that Mutant Year Zero. I want to play that, but I don't have time
Yeah.
to review that, so I gotta have somebody else do that.
I'm like a little torn on buying the Resident Evil 2 remake. I was like, at first, I was like, you know, I could do it, but I'm like, I own this on GameCube already. I'm like, do I want to drop the money?
Nah,
No,
come
it's
on.
totally
This
different.
is not even close.
Just like Resident Evil 7. I mean, Resident Evil 4.
I know.
This is like Resident Evil 20, bro.
I know. I'm still a little torn because I'm like, Capcom has been on a bit of shaky ground with me for like the last couple years. So I'm kind of.
Well, 7 was dope, and
don't you think they regained that?
Yeah,
I feel like they're back.
They got to do a little bit more for me because like.
Ooh, he's a tough customer.
Well, see, here's why I say that. Like a buddy of mine, he got Street Fighter 5, and he was happy with it at first, and then he played it for real, and he was like, "Dude, there ain't," because he got it at launch. He's like, "There ain't shit to do." He's like, "There ain't nothing to do." It's
but that was before they started to fix everything.
Once they started fixing it, because like he gave it to me.
I mean the company that the game is still a bad.
Yeah, Capcom is starting to.
No, they got
around now.
Go ahead. SF5 is kind of cool though.
They're starting to turn stuff around now, but I'm like, you still are like when they're starting to turn stuff around, like, yeah, but you just dropped Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite as a whole. I was like, damn, dude, like,
you know that's gonna come back, right?
Yeah, I'm like, are y'all just not with it? I was like, I felt bad.
That shit gonna come out in May.
That has more to do with Marvel, I think, than it does anything else.
That's got more to do with Marvel than anything. But I'm like, they said, you know what? We ain't dealing with it. Just
also, you know, like, you shouldn't really judge the whole Capcom based off of the fighting games because the fighting games always have some type of issues.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm like, what trips me off with Capcom is like, you nickeling. I'm still a little sore off a couple of the shit that they did a couple years ago, mostly Offshore's Wrath. Mm-hmm. I can't beat the game unless I give you another $15.
Hold up, wait a minute. That's Sega, ain't it?
No, that was Capcom.
Oh, well, I'm just saying.
I still feel mad about that, and you know, that's like me going to like watch like Avengers: Infinity War. And right before Thanos does the snap, all light come up. Mm-hmm. All the ushers come out and they're like, "Hey man, I know you want to see what happened after." So
all the ushers come out.
I want you to I need another $15, and you can see what happened.
Otherwise, get up off your seat.
Otherwise, you gotta lay.
Get out.
Man, dude, like
they blindfold you, like you can hear the ending for free, but you can't see it.
Can't see it. It's like, come on, dude, that was so dirty. I'm like,
oh. All right, you want to talk about weird stuff like that? Just a shout out to Square Enix. I love Square Enix. It's a love-hate thing. I think they've been kind of improving again over the years, like Capcom, but they're more on shaky ground with me. Like they're hit or miss right now. Whereas Capcom, I think Capcom is back, in my opinion. But I don't blame you for hanging on a little longer. But The Quiet Man released with the cutscenes having no voiceovers in them.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And then they're gonna patch in the voices.
Well, The Quiet Man, hold on. It was supposed to be all like it was supposed to be subtitles, and it was supposed to be certain stuff that you didn't hear. Like the draw to that game was you walking in as a deaf person. And that whole draw to that game, what made that game so popular was because now it was controversial and some people can't get the puzzles or whatever, but you're walking in the rooms and you're walking in the encounters and you can't hear stuff. Like when I was playing Red Dead, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I was playing Red Dead, I walked up on this camp. Now the enemies, I saw the enemies on the hood, right? So they're in Quiet Man, there's no hood. These people were talking. I knew they were enemies though. So I'm creeping up on them, right? And they turn and they say, "Who is that?" So I open fire, right? But in the little cabins and stuff, people just start jumping out, and one dude runs up on me, hits me, but if I didn't hear the doors opening, or if I didn't see, that was supposed to be the draw of that game, and people just couldn't play it, Yeah, that was supposed to be the game. That was supposed to be the draw of it because you going into each encounter, you don't know who's friendly.
How come? Okay, so there was no subtitles because he's deaf, so like he couldn't read lips, or
Yeah. And they wanted you to basically walk into each encounter to see, okay, if this person's gonna help you, if this person was gonna, like that was the draw of that game.
I respect that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Killzone. But also, I got rid of the HUD on Red Dead. I feel it's like way more like as soon as I got rid of the HUD, it was crazy because I'm like, does like removing the HUD make the graphics look better? And then I was like, no, it's just because my brain's paying more attention
to the HUD.
Everything else.
I'm about to get the app. Matter of fact, while I'm sitting here, let me download this app. That's exactly what I'm gonna.
Yep, I got that app, and then I'm hoping Fallout app is pretty good, and then I want to get that Xbox Game Pass app and start like I'm thinking if I should subscribe before I get the next gen Xbox so I can have like more and more games, or is that how it works, or no?
You go in there and you could pay $10 a month. This is what I'm doing right now. You could pay $60 for 6 months, or.
But do the games go like Netflix in and out, or do you get to keep them?
No, you get to keep them on, and then if they take them off, then it'll be downloaded onto your system, and they rotate them out, periodically. But they've kept basically the same amount of games, and now they're adding. I think they're going to keep all of the games on there, unless the people say, hey, we're gonna pull this, pull this down, or we're not gonna get
like most of them will probably stay, right?
Yeah. So
especially the first party will probably all stay because it's Microsoft trying to kiss our butts again and get back into good graces, which I like.
Basically, so that's what's going on right now.
I was considering I might get the streaming unit next gen because I think that's a cool way to like if you really think about if you're not an Xbox like main gamer, right? If PlayStation and PC are your main things and you already have like a Switch on the side, then maybe it's like, okay, well, I could get an Xbox, but I'm on the fence because blah blah blahs, right? And then you look at the pricings and you're like, oh, all I have to do is give you like a couple $100 or $150 to get a streaming box, and then like $60 a year to stream a ton of games. Like that's really not that much money. So that might be a cool way to sort of like test the waters. And then if I'm like, oh man, I really like this platform, maybe I'll buy the powerful one now.
Exactly. You can get, they still got the Xbox All Access, which I was thinking about getting, but I might.
That is really cool too. Yeah, you can finance the Xbox. That's a limited time thing, sadly though. I don't know if
I think they said that's gonna probably be for the next year, because what I think is gonna happen is they want you to roll. You can probably gonna be able to roll over into the next system. So if you are financing it, paying $35 a month, which you're gonna save money in the long run on Xbox Live and on. I mean, you got to pay it every month, which is the only downside. But if you go get the money and set it aside, you're gonna save more on live and on getting Game Pass. Because think about it, you paying $500 for 2 years, so that's gonna roll. That's gonna put us right at the beginning of the next generation, right? So if you pay $500 for Xbox One X, then you're paying $120 for 2 years, so that's $240. So we at $740 right now, right? So then we pay another $120, so we at we're at $860, right? So you're gonna save money if you get the S or you get the X, either way. So it's just the fact that you're gonna have to drop that $35 every month, which isn't that bad if you want.
And it's a lease to own program so that you won't have to give the console back.
Yeah. So unless you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? If you wanted
to like trade up to the next gen.
Yeah, or or you could take it back, you know what I'm saying? Or
like go like stop paying it early.
Yeah. Not stop paying it, but just be like
send it back.
Yeah, or they might. I don't know if that's a good question. If they make you pay the remainder, but even if you did,
we're like, "What's up? My name's Mitch Walters. I'd like to sign up for your."
No, they do a credit check. But anyway,
Of course.
but yeah, slide into the next topic because we went for a while on that first one.
Sorry, yo.
No, it's all good because we needed to have that conversation. But so on the next the next topic, Smash Brothers is creeping up on Red Dead. It took Red Dead on Amazon, and I think if everybody who owns a Switch buys Smash Brothers when it comes out, it might overthrow Red Dead. But I don't know if it's gonna have that power to do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's probably one of the few games that could even attempt to have this conversation. But if Black Ops 4 couldn't do it with 130 million PS4s and Xbox Ones, and then they sell like not that much, but they sell like 100, 200K on PC every time. I don't think if you combine the,
I'm looking on her now, but go ahead.
Yeah, if you combine those three platforms and then you can't beat Red Dead 2, then I don't think Smash can do it, to honestly. But I understand the argument that that like this is Nintendo's big game and they've done amazing things with this particular unit of this game, and I do think it's going to be impressive sales, and I think it's going to sell Switches, and I think a large majority of people with a Switch are going to buy it, but I don't think you're going to reach like 70%. I don't see that happening. And then
it's not going to pull down Red Dead Redemption numbers, but is Smash going to be their key seller for Q4 2018, Q1 2019? Hell yeah, that's going to be their moneymaker.
And honestly, I don't think that
on number one right now.
Right, but that's just Amazon, and that's just the .com section. So that's not counting Canada and Australia and people in Great Britain. Maybe don't buy their games and Amazon. They like to go to stores a lot, and like there's been a lot of this stuff where like Black Ops tried to say like, oh, we were the number one on one particular place, and then Red Dead's not. So it's like, okay, that's cool. Like, oh, who's the number one in UK? Oh, who's the number one on digital? Oh, who's the number one on PS Store? But that's because like the NPD doesn't publish the numbers anymore publicly. So the news reporters are just trying to report on anything they can find. But in reality, like if you're not talking about the total sales, then I just think it's kind of like it's misleading. You know, like Smash can be number one on Amazon, but I don't think it's fair to compare any game to Red Dead 2.
Yeah, well, only reason why I said that is because you got a lot of people that waited to buy a Switch just for this game. Like you got people who didn't get into the Wii U, who didn't get into the Wii, who may have played Smash. They might have got into it late to play Smash Brothers. You've got the Smash community is bigger than it ever has been. Like Smash is the only game that after, you know, the season of a game, like multiple seasons of games pass, that is still on there. And that's because, you know, they haven't put another one out. But but a lot of games have cycled out. Mortal Kombat X, Injustice 2 is cycling out. Street Fighter 5 is cycling out. It's a lot of games that it came out, like all the Blaze Blue games that cycled out. Now they got Tag Battle. Like you got people that have been waiting. You had people that skipped Smash because they had got rid of certain characters or didn't bring certain characters back the last two go rounds. So now having every character out of the box, having all of these different things, and then you got to think you had a splinter in that community for so long because you had the tournament players modding the game to expand the roster. You know what I'm saying? So then when they came with the DLC, it was like, okay, but they still was, going hard with Project M. But now everybody is coming out to play, and now you got all these DLC characters, and this is, I think, it's just the first DLC pass. There's gonna be multiple DLC passes, and the character count probably gonna be way over 100 before we get through. I can see Smash before they move on. You know, the Switch, the end of the Switch's era. Before we move on, it's gonna have 120 to 150 characters.
I mean, yeah, I can totally agree that Smash Ultimate, like, you know, it's gonna be the seller. It's gonna be the seller of, you know, for them. This is gonna be their, you know, this is their product to get them sales across. But I don't see them Red Dead numbers. I just don't.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't think it's gonna get Red Dead numbers either. But the fact
it was a story in the news, though. Yeah, you're just covering.
Yeah, like the fact that we had this conversation a couple weeks ago, and John was like, "I don't know if Red Dead gonna make it because da 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 da."
Yeah, because I thought Black Ops was gonna be bigger.
Yeah, and then it was just like boom. I was like, "Where's John? I need to call him." But like, yeah, it was so if this does it, like, and I think it might because the esport, like when I went to E3. They had 30. They had 30 screens for like rolling. You know, they had a for glory and a for fun section. They was giving out medallions. That was the biggest thing in their booth was that, and they had Pokemon EV, and that line was wrapped around. But I got in the Smash Bros line like this. The for glory section was already knocked out. Like when the people told me, "Hey, yo, go reserve your time," I got on there and I didn't even like a lot of stuff I didn't find out till late. So, you know, but we'll see. XXXtentaction is having a album. His posthumous album, Skins, is getting ready to come out, and they keep trying to indict this man for beating up his ex-girlfriend / baby mama. After he's dead, like, can we just let this man rest in peace instead of trying to figure out did he really beat up on this girl? Because we don't.
Allegedly, the evidence is pretty rough, though.
Well, this is my thing when I go. Everybody wants to damn the person, but we never want to find out why this person. I'm not excusing the behavior. I'm just trying to. I saw a young man who was convicted. Who not convicted? He was a changed man. Like you could tell in his demeanor, you could tell in how he carried himself. You could tell he went from being a boy into being a man, and he grew up as many of us did. We were born into these impoverished situations without our mother and our father, and you know. Instead of trying to figure out a way to trying to figure out, you know, why he getting into it with everybody, why is he abusive towards everybody, you know? But the root of the problem always stems back to home, and the fact that his mother and father wasn't together, the fact that he was out here roaming the streets, the fact that he was in gangs, the fact that he basically was with the shits. Like we don't answer these questions, and then like as he's unraveling, now we want to start having the questions. We want to start asking these questions, and it's like, damn, let the man and his family warn, because if they're recording, first of all, if they're recording, I'm trying to figure out who's recording him at the crib instead of like, yo, you need to get some help. Like if you fucking this chick up or y'all fucking each other, because it seemed like she had said that they both have started altercations with each other or something.
Yeah, like she's a psycho.
Yeah, but both of them being, I don't even think they were psycho, just both of them being young. Like they play fight. Like I've had to, you know, tell like I have to tell people around me, look, I don't play fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't, even as grown as men and women, I don't play fight, because the minute you hit me or I hit you, if we start really banging, I'm gonna go to jail. So I'm like, yo, I'm cool on that, especially if it's with a female. Like, you know, I'm
sometimes cool. My girl wake me up too fast, or like she's been doing this thing where she was sneaking up on me. and she was like creeping real quietly into the room, and I'm like, I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4, so my intensity was high. Like I just had a energy drink and stuff. She tapped me, grabbed me on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Sue, sue, sue!" I started doing moves I didn't even know I knew, and then I'm like, "Yo, oh, hey, it's you.
Yeah,
Oh, you can't do that."
She forgets you from the east side of Boston, like
right?
forget. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and you know that's another thing. So it's like, let this man just live and let his legacy be different. Like they try to make your legacy be whatever fucked up thing you did. Like I don't even think like if everybody, it's the same thing like D.L. Hughley has said. Shout out to D.L. Hughley. I'm not finna diss you, but I kind of had to call this shit out. Like you knew that Bill Cosby was doing this shit. Everybody knew that Bill Cosby was being a walking hypocrite, but nobody.
Well, hold up. There is something about that's been going around. Like I've been watching a lot of the Joe Rogan show, and you know, like he was involved with a lot of Hollywood people. Like he was around the behind the scenes of Roseanne and stuff, and like he did a comedy show on TV. And basically, from what I understand, is that when people say like, "Oh, we had a funny feeling that was going on," it's because the problem is they don't have any evidence, and it's not really like in their world. It's not like it never happened to one of their friends and then they ignored their friend. It's just like it's rumors, bro. Like what do you want them to do about a rumor? You know?
Pull up on the person and you ask, yo, what's going on? Like people knew for the longest time, a lot of people.
And then what if they can't have no evidence?
No, it ain't about having no evidence. It's like I had somebody this week told me about somebody else that I knew that they were cheating on they significant other, right? Now, if I had known this information, I would have stepped to that brother and said, "Hey, bro, you need to tighten up. You got a good woman at home. What are you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like, and I lost a lot of friends keeping it real anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep it real because when it all goes down, you know I told you so. You know what I'm saying? And I had to kind of fall back from that because people don't, you know, people want to fight out, you know, and Matt tell you, people want to fight you, kill you, and everything else, trying to tell them about themselves. But if you real, because I think that's what needs to happen, especially in the Black community. If you real, you need to stay real all the time. Like, if you out here,
fair enough, but I mean, it's Hollywood though. They're afraid of these people with money and power.
Man.
And so allegedly, Bill Cosby was doing more than just that. Remember the rumors about Chappelle? People coming into Chappelle's home in the middle of the night and told him stop making your show, allegedly.
I mean,
and that was Bill Cosby that sent people after him, allegedly.
Okay, well, I mean,
so he's on some gang shit too, maybe allegedly.
But it can't. We could say that, or we could say people that were close to Bill Cosby, because you know you can't control everybody that's in your crew. You know, you still got some cats that's 30, 40, 50, however long ago that was. That was probably when he was like, what, he's 80. So you got some 50, 60-year-olds, you know, or they kids or whoever the fuck they got sending over to the crib. You know, they driving to the hood or wherever the.
True. Maybe Cosby just went on a rant and they were like, okay, so I'm going to take action, and that's not his call.
But with XXX, this dude was young. Like, this motherfucker was 21 years old. Like, he didn't really. He couldn't leave his city because his baby mama was just like, you know, and I feel like this, like, you know what, it is what it is, man, because it's like, I don't even want to get into that because I don't want people to feel like I'm sexist or whatever, but I feel like this, if you got a chance, like, I feel like we as men and women, like, we have to start sorting out differences in these relationships. And he even admitted, like, when you don't have a man in the house, you act emotionally. And he was like, man, I couldn't trust nobody. So when she started cheating on me, I started, you know, but this is the thing. We're not taught how to work through problems. We either fight it out or we just leave. And that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother topic. But I just want his family to go ahead and put the music out you know, get his affairs in order. Um, Also, you know, just let him just his legacy be that he's changed. He's not the same violent, you know, off the chain individual. He died trying to be peaceful. He died trying to give back to his city. He died trying to change people's lives instead of being on the dumb shit. And so people took it. We still don't know the motive behind the shit, even if it was a robbery or whatever. We don't know what the fuck happened. Like all behind that. All we know is he got shot over 20 bands in a damn Audi at a cross street from a bike dealership. You know what I'm saying? But the next thing rolling into the next topic, like 6ix9ine, he dissed the whole LA. So he decided he gonna come back to LA thinking everything is sweet. And I just feel like I think 6ix9ine, you know, joined the game so that he could feel some type of it's the same shit. It's the same soup warmed over. Same movie, different actors, basically. So now he's like in an unprecedented thing. The whole LA, Bloods, Crips, everybody is looking for 6ix9ine to kill him over some shit he said. Over some shit he said. Not some shit he did. They trying to say he's a child, you know, he's a child abuser, but we know that ain't the case. He got caught up at the wrong place at the wrong time, being on camera with a fast ass girl. He was being fast as well. You know what I'm saying? Like people blowing that shit out of proportion still. It don't make it right, but still, it's not, he did not sexually abuse this girl. They was turning up and you know what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. Like you got people shooting outside of like everybody is in cahoots to kill 6ix9ine in LA. Like they don't want 6ix9ine to come to LA. And now that's fucking up his money. That's fucking up the opportunities that he had. All that shit just because of some dumb shit. What y'all think?
I mean, damn. Honestly, that is a messy situation. That's just messy.
You already know. You
Uh,
already know.
I mean, like, I mean, honestly, I don't know.
Crimson Knight is at a loss for words.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Killzone, what were you gonna say about like the overarching topic? Because in terms of that individual, it's hard to really like. There's not really much to say because it's like he's bringing this stuff upon himself. He's dissing all kinds of people all the time. He's already on all types of probation. He's probably gonna get locked away forever or die someday soon. And I'm not saying I'm happy about it, but that goes to your sort of like bigger topic, which I saw you posting about and talking about, which was like rappers going to jail and all that stuff, even though they have millions. Yeah. So what do you want to say about that stuff, maybe?
I mean, I just feel like the same thing with Young Thug. Like, I feel like I want people to. I just want people to do like I just want people to do better, man. Like you got this opportunity to do some shit and some shit that not everybody gets to do. And so you decide, hey, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna fuck shit up for myself, for my family, and then it makes it harder because now the people coming behind me have to work even harder. They gotta jump through more hoops. It's gonna be more security. Certain venues aren't gonna want to do rap concerts. You know, like to this day, Gucci Mane and Lil Boosie, they can only play at the Ambassador here in St. Louis.
Because that's
And
all that will take you.
exactly. Like, unless Gucci Man does a big concert or whatever, where it's, ungodly amounts of, or Boosie or, certain, like, certain areas, like, it's only certain places that'll take you. And so now you didn't fucked yourself, and it's like people don't want to even deal with you, period, as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And now you fucking up your bag. You are shortchanging yourself, and I just feel like, man, you could be gangster if the music is jamming. You could be gangster. You could do all that shit. You could be funny, fucking with 50, fucking with even with Trippie Redd to a certain extent, because Trippie Redd and his boys ain't finna fuck up their money by fucking with you, but they will go back and forth with you, talking shit online. Like, that's as far as that beef is gonna go ever. And this is why we even talking about 6ix9ine, is because Trippie Redd had something to say. But shout out Trippie Redd. He worked with my boy DJ. So yeah. John, what was you gonna say about it?
I wonder, does this have something to do with, like, they're making the lyrics the way that they're making them, right? And then people want to check them, and then instead of like having people, like a network of friends that can say, like, oh, I know him and he knows you and you know me, and that way we're all cool. And instead of like breaking bread, or even maybe just sort of like ignoring a lot of people, they're sort of like getting butthurt feelings when they're making these crazy lyric songs, and then people are checking them,
Yeah.
and they don't want to deal with being checked. And it's like, yo, maybe you should either ignore those people, or like be cool with those people through your network of friends, or break the bread, or whatever it is. But like, getting aggressive back is probably not the right answer when there's 400 million Americans and there's one of you.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I had my little moment this week where I was in Oh, I ain't gonna say his name. I was in this
Oh,
YouTuber
I saw
slash
that.
podcast. Yeah, like, and I commented jokingly about the guy. He always complains, like he's like the hip hop version of Torrance. Shout out to him, because me and him pieced it up, here recently over some shit, old shit. And you know, I think he shared the story, the Mortal Kombat story that we broke, John,
Oh, no
on
doubt.
on his podcast. So, but
Hopefully you got the sources right. My site and
yeah,
your site, not
yeah,
some other site.
yeah. I told him, but I haven't listened back to it because he hasn't put all the episode, like, it's on Twitch. So like, I was like, Twitch doesn't have like a quiet mode where you can uh you know what I'm saying, where you can like play it in the
The
background.
quiet man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I can swipe up, have it in the background, and then, But
Yeah, Twitch Red coming soon. like YouTube Red, or as I
yeah,
call it now, YouTube Premium, because somebody was like, "Oh, gee, putting the word red and the word tube next to each other turned out not to be a good idea. Who could have seen that coming?" And they renamed it the YouTube Premium.
yeah.
But anyways, you're talking about a hip hop hater.
Yeah, so I commented, and then he just started cussing at me, just saying all type of, talking about suck my dick and get the fuck on out of here, shut the fuck up. I'm like, hey, bro, cool, that, chill out, bro. We talking about, you talking about how R&B don't sound the same, and it's because of the people. It goes back to the people. Like,
Plus,
motherfuckers
bro,
don't.
I'd been noticing something. I mean, it's been a while since we kicked it in real life, but in your pictures, I've been noticing you're a tall ass dude. Like, everybody's underneath you.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't even be a. This is the thing about it. It wasn't even be. It wouldn't even be a thing. But it's like, dude feel like because he got a deal with CBS, he feel like because he dick rided his way into getting a lot. Like I can't do that shit. If motherfuckers want to do an interview with me, I'm not finna be following you to concerts, hoping, praying. I won't do that. Like I'm not finna do all that shit. Either we do the shit, or what I'm gonna do from now on is I'm gonna break bread. Anytime if I want a big artist, or if I want a medium sized artist, or a legend or whatever, somebody on their way or whatever the case, I'm gonna break bread. Whether it's $10, $5, $10, whatever. I'm going to break bread because then that person
throw Greg Miller a couple hundred to jump on the show.
Yeah, I mean whatever, because this is like, yo, fuck it. Because at the end of the day, I don't want you to ever come back and tell me you did me a favor. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want you to feel like, oh, I did your show and I made you. You know, kind of like how the Charlemagne academic situation kind of popped off. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole shit popped off. Like ain't no nigga ever gonna be able to say they made me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. If we either working together and we a team, like all that standing over each other shit is old and played out, and then being disrespectful to each other. Like, you know, a lot of these motherfuckers that I fuck with, like I brought a lot of shit to the table. And then they, you know, when they get through using you or they get through talking shit about you, they feel like they can keep making you be the brunt of the joke, either in public or behind closed doors. And I'm just like, fuck that shit. So, but at the same time, these motherfuckers, I know who to go back and forth with and who not to go back and forth with. Because once I start taking it there, then you gonna be trying to look for me and pull up on me, and then we got to either get the fist popping or gunplay, and I'm not finna go die or go to jail for none of you niggas. Period. Just look. I want everybody to zoom in on my face. I'm not finna go to. I'm just saying, I'm not finna do that shit because I'm a motherfucker that won't let it go. So I'm not finna even go there with you. You know, so. It's like I'm very peaceful, and I just know certain motherfuckers, you know, once they start getting to a place, and that's why I'm kind of thankful I haven't made it there yet, because I don't want to be that asshole that starts smelling himself and forget about motherfuckers on the way up. Like the same people I got on this motherfucker will be the same people that'll be on it down the road. And be able to break bread, because that's what you're supposed to do. That's how this shit's supposed to grow. But we are so. I just watched They Live, right? John Carpenter movie, and all the shit that's going on in that movie, where
right,
you know, y'all go watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just I didn't even tell you the movie. Just go watch the shit. Everything, yeah, like that. People don't know that movie was the #1 movie in the world, and they pulled that shit out of the theater. Like. Because it's still going on. So go watch that shit. Go buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think, as far as like space aliens, I don't know. But as far as all the other shit, it's still going on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, put your shades on and wake up, because this shit's still going on. And if if motherfuckers start working together, shit will change in the world. But while we had this soloist, survivalist, that's why PUBG is so fucking in Fortnite, and we got this solo me against the world mentality. Nobody ever wins. 99 motherfuckers gotta die for one motherfucker to win, or 99 other motherfuckers gotta fail for one motherfucker to be successful. Like it's too much.
You know that game was based on a Japanese novel. That
in the Battle Royale,
and it's basically saying about like life is like that.
Yeah, basically,
it's some type of metaphor for the way that Japan is.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it's the way the world is. But I'm just saying, as far as that whole shit, it's like some people get like, it goes back to what our original two topics with the original topic, as far as the rappers fucking up, going to jail, getting shot. Rest in peace to Young Greatness. It's like, you know, y'all, you know, it goes back to that, because these people feel like they have arrived. The Moolah dude.
Damn, though.
Yeah, he went back home. He went back home, and he thought he could go back home, and motherfucker shot him. Like, you never see Lil Wayne back, and he hardly ever comes back to Louisiana.
That's what happened to Chinks, probably.
Them having the Chinks, and having
That's what it looks like.
Having the XXXtentacion,
And that is like what I was saying too. Like if you have people talking shit to you, or people trying to like lure you back, because it's not always gonna come like obvious. Sometimes it's gonna be more like, yo, bro, I haven't seen you in a while. Like, we need to chill, man. You're never around the hood anymore. You're not keeping it real. Come around the way. And then you're like, all right, man, I'll come through. And then you got a bad feeling. And then that's your last day on earth. You know, like sometimes you gotta ignore people, and it's not perfect. It's kind of sucks in a way, because you're like, damn, I miss my bros, but who the fuck knows what type of shit's gonna happen if I go there, like, right?
Yeah.
That's why I don't like.
And like for regular people, maybe you can go there, you can go back sometime. But like when you become a multi-millionaire, I mean, you better fucking.
I'm not even gonna announce that shit. Like, motherfuckers gonna be. I'm gonna be still driving the same shit, still doing the same. Like, I'm gonna keep my money spending low. I might flex here and there, like, hey y'all, look, we you might see, if you see me traveling more, but I ain't gonna be in the camera like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah, bitch, yeah. I ain't gonna be hitting that black youngster. You know what I'm saying?
Like Young Thug when Lil Baby came up on him in the gas station, and then they seen each other, and Young Thug just like instinctively pulling out like 300 grand of cash.
Yeah, I see you, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, we know you. We already seen you. You only need to show it once.
No, but that's because they were finna do that. I think that was on purpose, because Gunna is his artist, and they just did a collab tape. So that's why you saw Lil Baby doing it. Like, if you look at the video, he turns and you see like the Drip Harder album cover or whatever. It's like his head is turned like the Drip Harder and then the caption I think on that video was we gonna see who could drip harder or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do little stupid shit like that.
Like, he called him like a week before, like, bro, I'm gonna
like, here it comes. Like,
I'm gonna roll up on you, but chill.
Like my boy DJ, right? He before Metro, because he worked on Metro Boomin's album, right? Not All Heroes Wear Capes, right? He posted a photo and said, not all heroes wear capes. And I'm like, oh, that's a dope little pic. Next thing I know, Metro Boomin comes out, not all heroes wear capes. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, shit. He talked about the shit before we knew, like, that was hours before. But like the whole what was it? The whole album, we didn't know the album was coming until like the next week. But, you know, I mean, that type of shit. But I mean, that shit is cool. But I mean, like, when you constantly like
cross promotion,
yeah, it's like when you constantly are sitting up, you know, flexing and putting money in folks' faces, and you constantly doing certain shit, then you gotta ride around with it. I mean, you ain't gotta necessarily, like, you gotta showing off all this shit. Then you advertise, hey y'all, don't pull up on me because I got this strap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta move a certain way now, because you know what I'm saying? Now you're this big star. But see, me, I kind of understand what, like, Scarface is like. He said in the interview before I went to go see him, he was like, yo, I'm a star, I'm a legend. You know, that's what people say. But I still want to walk down the street in my hood. Like, I'm doing shit for the people. I'm pulling up. I want to still walk down my street. Like, shit, A-Ball MJG was here. And I miss my girl from Memphis, if you watch it. But but I'm saying, A-Ball MJG, they did a concert last night, right? And they cool with the promoter that's from here, right? He really did some good work with them and has gotten them more and more shows. So they pulled up and they brought a whole bunch of canned goods to, like, you know, Demetrius Johnson, Matt, the sports dude. Oh, yeah, Matt, you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know Demetrius Johnson, right?
Demetrius Johnson.
The sports guy, the commentator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So they did a canned food drive, and 8-Ball and MJG pulled up, and they you know, donated and shit like. So it's like 8-Ball MJG able to walk in the middle of the hood 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? Well, it wasn't really the hood, it's the county, but still, you know, they was at old Charlie's on Lindbergh. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of like rich that I want to be. Like I'm not trying to be all. I mean, not saying I would necessarily even live in the hood, but like my church is in the hood. My like I got family that live in the hood. Like I still like going to certain places in the hood. So I don't want to be ever be like I'm not gonna be at a dope spot or at a kickback in the middle of the night, or I'm not going to see no chick at 2 o'clock in the morning. She gonna get an Uber to a hotel, and you know what I'm saying. If that's the case, if I ain't booed up or whatever, but that's kind of how I am, man. Like I don't go around people antagonizing people, and when you flexing and you got all this shit on, you walking around with $100,000 worth of jewelry, you got 50 racks in your pocket, you driving a fucking foreign car, motherfuckers just trying to see you. But if you humble yourself and you can still like, I very much believe like Kendrick Lamar, people like him, he can still go to the hood and everybody he's done so much and given so much back. He could go stand out, and they do shit. They go stand outside and be out there. You know what I'm saying? Like they could hang out like it's yesterday.
And don't comment on the colors and the groups.
No,
like the game said. I would have changed a few lines when I wrote "soldier," so I wouldn't have to live looking over my shoulder.
Well, I don't even think like I said, I don't even think that really even matter. Like now that they like
it matters with Tekashi. He shouldn't have said anything about the different groups and colors, like, man. He's not
like they ain't even got like when I was in LA and I noticed something on the news, like it wasn't that many gang like
bullshit.
No, I watched it every day. I saw a bunch of killing going on and bodies being dropped off and people like it's gotten to a point out there. I think with the economy, like motherfuckers they are coming together. Like this shit is happening for the.
That's great and all, but you still can't beat Tekashi and just go out saying "f this people" and "f those people." That's not going to work for you, especially.
I'm not talking about.
Especially even if you were talking positive about the groups, they actually don't really like being mentioned at all unless you're paying them or somebody. Rick Ross ran into that problem where they tried to assassinate him like 3 times, and he had to try to. They were telling him to give money, but he said hell no. So he had to like make them realize like I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody or some shit.
Well,
but like you're better off to just not mention it.
Yeah, but these people's core fan base and demographic. Now, off the gang. Chicago has an entertainment tax that's going on right now. Amusement tax. It's been out since 1993, and I saw somebody do a screenshot. Like it's basically regular sales tax, but
that's kind of like my standpoint, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean now if you get what's the word? If you buy a game digitally, you have to pay sales tax digitally. Like it's not necessary. It's 9% tax. It's basically bringing you.
It's not really new. It's just new for people in Chicago. It's already happened in Massachusetts back when I was living there.
Happened in New York.
And basically what happened with that is Amazon and PlayStation Store and a lot of websites like Newegg, they were sort of, depending how you look at it, they were claiming that they're double taxed, which maybe, I doubt it, but they're trying to basically, the government's point of view is they're trying to do tax evasion because they're just trying to ignore the low-level state taxes and stuff. And they had their different debates and excuses why they felt like they were not tax evading. They just felt like it was unfair tax. But of course they're going to say that because that's a company. And then
wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out because
Amazon didn't pay any state tax at all for like a decade. And then they were forced to implement it.
I think that was because you know why? Because they were only based out of one state. So if you're
that was their argument, but it actually is not a valid argument. The courts decided
Well, I mean, yeah, now that because they, you know why? Because they expanded. They're trying to get in more, so now they're in every state damn near. So yeah, you do gotta pay sales
They
tax,
had to
and
pay a fine though, so it was decided
they,
reversed that their
they,
old evasions were not
hold on, hold on, hold on,
legal.
hold on, John. That wasn't a fine. That was just an IOU that they put. That
Well,
wasn't like
bro,
we couldn't get you now, but now that you operating, hell yeah, you gonna pay fucking
if
state
I
and
start if I start selling fucking water bottles where I'm at, and you're in New York and you buy one, and you're in LA and you buy one, they're LA and New York both want their state tax. They don't give a fuck where I am.
mm-hmm.
And so the companies just didn't implement it for so long, and then they were forced to implement it. I mean, we could go. There's a lot of like detailed opinions you could have about it. I understand that, but I'm just telling you, like, the government's point of view is you fucking owe it no matter where you're selling shit out of. That
Well,
was Amazon's kind of like excuse, but no other company has ever gotten away with that excuse. So why should
well,
they get away?
well, that's because they fucked up by
I bought
trying
a
to.
lot of stuff online and they charge the tax. And even if they
Oh
don't
yeah,
charge you it like explicitly, what they're gonna do is they're gonna file their tax stuff and then they're gonna have to pay it like later, sort of. You know what I'm saying?
or
So
it rolling into the price. Like certain shit that was like super duper cheap is now it's still super duper. Like I'm looking at like clothes, right? Well, a shirt or whatever. Like it used to be, you can get on there because I have done it in the past. Well, no, I haven't, but I've known people who've done it in the past where you can go on there and
I'm asking for a friend, doctor.
no. I did, uh, one, you know what though? I was on some. No, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. But I know people who was buying lingerie on online online for like you go on there right now and get lingerie for the cheap, some good ones. You know what I'm saying? I might send some ladies if you're watching this. We doing a giveaway right now on draws, but we doing a draws giveaway. The Beast and Bitz draw. We're gonna put the logo and shit on there, and then we're gonna then
Send
look
your
then
DMs to
yeah,
be
send
eligible.
your size, your inseam, for y'all BBW chicks out there,
Yeah, but we got some
and we
some
got some
size
real
fraud. So we got some size fraud going on. So unfortunately, Killzone is going to
size fraud.
require photographic proof.
No. We don't need all that. Just you get what you get, and then
I'm just kidding.
we're gonna do it through Teespring or whatever website, and next week we're gonna have a real
G
gamer
Spring.
news. We're gonna we're gonna have the real gamer news nightgowns coming out too.
Oh
So
Lord.
yeah. I mean, shit, might as well. Um, yeah, I mean, but back to what I was saying though, you can go on there and buy draws fairly cheap. But that I might start doing that just for the holiday, just some chicks I like. I'm like, yo, send me your Amazon uh or wish list. I'm gonna put this on there. You think this is cute? You know, setting it up. But anyway, no, but yeah, you can go on here like before. You can still buy draws super cheap. I don't know. Somebody later, Hey, anyway, they got some shit on here. But anyway, so you can buy certain shit super cheap, but you're not finna be out here, getting it for that cheap. Like it used to be like you could buy some shit for like $2 and it look cute and you could put it on your gal or your secret admirer or whoever the fuck. And now that ain't the case. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, you all right, big dog? Where you?
Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I thought I was like, damn, you just took him all the way away.
Mm-mm.
Man, you got your own spot.
Yep.
Oh shit! I knew. I'm like, I know your mom ain't finna have you let your.
Mm-mm.
He said, yeah. He said, yeah.
Nah,
Shit,
she over here.
I heard that shit. Ain't it grand? Ain't
Mm,
it grand, y'all? We ain't gotta have motherfuckers. We ain't gotta have motherfuckers over, staying over, saying they gonna
This is
leave. But No, I'm just saying. Shit,
No, I'm saying this is what happens though. People want to complain about an extra $5 or $7 on the game tax, and then they're gonna give microtransactions a pass. Like, oh, those are okay, but I can't be giving $7 to my fucking roads and healthcare and shit to get better.
Yep.
well, you know what? Well, we can't talk about, but they the only reason why people turn that down is because they're trying to raise the gas prices. Like they ain't slick. Motherfuckers saying no because the gas is already expensive. Damn it, shit, all fucking ready. Like you've been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. Shit, and free DMX, goddamn. Anyway, shit, it ain't too much going on, man. I mean, what else is going on out here, man? It was something else that I wanted to see, but let me want to talk about, but I forget exactly where we at with it.
Bullets are flying, people are dying,
Oh man,
mothers are crying. The news.
anyway.
No, yeah, free DMX though. What the hell?
DMS get out of jail and then he go right back in like 10 minutes later.
Yeah,
Well, at least if he can like get an album out, call it the 10-minute theory.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exavelli, 10-minute theory.
we'll see.
But nah, man, he's actually. I mean, I don't know him in person, but he seems like an interesting person. Like, you know, he seems like he has a lot of good to him. But that could be for an act. I don't know, but I think it's
I
real.
don't know. Like, you know, like I really want DMX just to like get out of prison and stay out of prison.
Yeah. Hey, did y'all see Chief Keef doing all his shit on the Trap Symphony? You gotta watch that shit.
I'll check it out.
And you gotta watch Black Youngster perform to a damn what was I finna say? To a violin. So and Lil Boosie, don't shoot the dudes that stole your damn them damn phones out your car. Like that's another thing. He was just like, yo, um just let not do that.
Yeah, and if you were gonna do it, you shouldn't have said you're gonna do it. That's another.
Yeah,
What is
like,
this shit?
He's like, I'm like,
We're like exhibit number 1, exhibit A. He said he's gonna do it. Exhibit B.
Yeah, like
he did it.
Know, you can't be sitting up here snitching on people, and then you know what I'm saying, turn around and then free the guys. Free
That's
the
not
gang,
my bro.
You know, but shit. What I mean, it's been kind of. I mean, what happened? Well, we talked about all that music.
I just robbed a damn train in Red Dead yesterday, and I didn't like let it get far away enough from the town, because as soon as I took over the driver's area, right, like I just was roaming around, and then I seen the O'Driscolls were guarding a bridge, so I'm like, yo, fuck. Yeah, I was like, fuck these guys. So I managed to kill them all, even though that was a learning experience because I'm like noob at this game.
Did you run them over?
Barely. Well, no, I just killed them all, and then a couple escaped, and then I'm like, oh, I wonder why they were taking this bridge anyways. And then as soon as I said that, I heard like, shwar, shwar, shoo, 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 and then the train starts coming, and I'm like, oh shit. So I just jumped off the bridge onto the train. I like face planted my face first onto the train.
Oh man.
And then I stood up and I hear some people swearing or something, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm robbing this train. So I start making my way to the front of the train. All the train carts doors were like shut, I think, or something. Yeah. I couldn't see any people. And then the dude who was driving the train, I sort of like just threw him off the train and took over like the driving situation. And then I'm driving the train and I'm thinking like, all right, I really don't want to get a big bounty on me. So I drove it to like I start seeing like, oh shit, okay, there's like a town approaching. I'm approaching a town. And my horse keeps on running by the side of the train too. And I'm like, just go away, man. You're gonna get hit by the train, bro. Just get out of here. I'm making a fool of myself in this game.
Oh,
so
damn. Oh.
I passed by this little town settlement, and I'm getting shot in the head at this point because people are like swearing at me and they're coming to get me, but all I can see is the train. So I'm driving the train still. And then I'm like, shit, I'm like, I took as many shots as I could to try and get my train away from the town. And then I got away from the driver's seat, and I don't know, like it's tricky to try to punch somebody in this game.
Yeah.
So I'm like just getting punched by this guy, and then I punch him back. He falls off the train. I'm like, sweet. Yeah. And then I had stopped in like a tunnel, I guess, but the train sort of, I didn't fully brake though. So the train's still moving a little bit, and I'm like getting in the shootout with people in the train now.
Oh,
and then it says bounty $75. I'm like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, even worse, some dudes started coming after me. Like, I don't know if it's the O'Driscolls because they were originally wanted to rob that train. So now they're back and they're like, oh, you think you're robbing the train? And they're like shooting at me, or if it's the town.
Wow.
And then the game, I died, and then the game like loaded up. And I'm like, all right, well, I just goofed. I don't want to actually stick with that turn of events. So I tried to load the game, and then I'm like, oh shit, it only has one autosave. And then it says it's from like the previous mission. I loaded up, and it's like bounty $75. I'm like, motherfucker.
Hey, man, that shit, dog. I was just literally, I got the horse, right? The legendary horse. I take that horse back into town. While I have to wrangle the thoroughbred, the pre-order horse, which is a little bit better, like durable. It's a little bit more durable than the Arabian horse. I got the Arabian horse. So like, I ain't even been playing the story mode. I've literally been walking around. I'm just trying to figure out now, like, what mission I need to do to get the damn fishing rod. And after I get that damn fishing rod, I'm gonna just be walking around. Like, they got a vampire, they got a snake in there. I found freaking before I went to go get the legendary bear, I freaking run into Pride Rock. Like, it's a little, I haven't posted it up yet, but Pride Rock is in the damn game. Like all type of shit. That's just like you ain't even got to like play the story for real. Like they said it's 60 hours. No, this is like easily 100+ hour game. And then the damn bait, like I don't even know if I'm ready, because I'm already letting y'all know I'm stealing everybody's shit. My bounty gonna be 6 figures. I'm gonna have me a cave or some shit if they got like bases. Like I'm gonna be a
back in that time money, there's gonna be trillions.
But I'm
after inflation.
Yeah, but we talking about right now. I'm just saying, and I'm gonna have me a town that I'm over with, and anybody riding in my shit getting shot, be taking whatever you got. So yeah, I'm already being an asshole. Look, because I like if I catch somebody by themselves in the middle of nowhere, especially at night, I'm taking that shit. Like
I know, I tried to rob this dude, but he already pulled his gun on me too. And then as soon as I told him I'm robbing him, he was like, "Oh no, you're not!" And he started shooting me. And then I shot him in the head. And then I got off my horse. And then I'm searching his body. And Arthur goes, "You held out over this?"
Yeah. Like
it was like $2.
Yeah,
and then some other guys like marching up to me on his horse, and he's like, "Why did you do that?" And he runs away, on me.
Yeah, man, like, bro. As soon as I see somebody that's getting ready to tell, I shoot them. Then I get up out of there. Like, no, I'm just for real. Like, and then like now my thing is I'm gonna hunt out all of the legendary animals so I can have all of the legendary skins.
That's exactly how I was thinking. I was like, yo, the story's really cool and I really like it, but I just want to walk around and do shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the vampire and kill him and take whatever he got, or let him bite me. Because shit, if I get bitten by the vampire, the only way they're gonna be able to kill me is they shoot my head off. So I mean, I'm gonna be able to take all type of body shots and shit, and motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to kill me. And then they got the zombies somewhere. I mean, shit. You can get deputized by like all type of crazy shit.
There's a cult of people who worship the aliens.
Oh yeah, I haven't found the alien, and then the KKK is somewhere. So you know,
and because there's no electricity yet, there's no street lights yet, you can see the whole galaxy up in the sky.
Oh shit. Matter of fact, when I was bringing the Arabian horse, I had broke it, right? So I'm bringing her back because I'm taking the thoroughbred. I got the war horse now. Like, I'm gonna pimp this big war horse that I got. I ain't got this ain't even the best horse, but he big enough and bold enough so when the shit started getting thick, he ain't gonna die on my ass. But yeah, man, like that dog, like it just like I took the horse over the ridge to take it back to Valentine, right? So the Arabian horse and thoroughbred, they're boy and a girl. They going crazy at each other, whatever. So he's like sniffing her ass, and we standing there, and she poops right in his face. I said, "Oh, this is bullshit." So I take both of them back. I get the war horse. Then we go back up the hill. I pass by the wolf. So I said, "Shit, I'm gonna go back and get the wolf." It's on the stream, y'all, on Twitch if y'all want to watch. So I kill the wolf. No problem. And remember earlier I told you where that little section that I ran into that group of that gang or whatever, I found me a pump shotgun. So now, like just finding the weapons, getting all the money ready, because shit, when I get ready to get deputized and buy a house and shit, like I want to make sure my paper is super duper long. And then like it's like you can make your own fun in this game. And I can't wait to see what Bully 2 is gonna be like. I can't wait to see what GTA 6 is gonna be like.
Hell yeah.
Shit, if they make it like Miami where you can buy your own club, you can run like the main line. Rockstar, let us sell the dope in GTA 6. Like I got
they did in the online mode, but I don't know how.
No. I'm talking about like what is it? Shit, not Chinatown. Yeah, Chinatown.
That game Narc.
No, Chinatown Wars, where you pull it up in a damn. I don't know if they'll be able to do it because you pull
in that game Narc on the original Xbox, you could even use this stuff. And they had all different visual effects.
Yeah, I'm talking about like they had in Chinatown Wars, where you got a little stash box. You know, you run it. You know what I'm saying. You know, you got to go down. You got to go on the boat to meet the plug so he can drop off. You know. Shit, because some of us like we not gangsters or whatever. We ain't trying to, we ain't trying to do all that shit.
Nah, but it's fun. Like it can even help people to when they're like not gonna do that stuff anymore, and then they get the craving. They can just pretend.
I mean, shit. I mean, they really.
I used to really like RuneScape, buying and selling shit, and like negotiating with people. Like ripping people off a little bit, and then the people that I like, I'm like giving them a deal. I'm like, hey, this seems familiar.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, hey, but I'm just interested to see like this next generation of games, like what's we getting ready to see, what we getting ready to embark on as far as the next generation. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for coming out, man. Breezy did hit me up, man. He been busy taking care of a lot of business, so we're gonna try to get him on. Loopy is right now at the Webster fighting game thing event. I'm gonna probably be there when Smash Bros drop. I was gonna go and cover it, but I was like, shit, we gotta do the show, and I gotta get ready to do some stuff for church tomorrow. So, and I might go to Dave and Buster's because I heard they got a new House of the Dead. They got the Halo game there.
Oh, that Halo game, man! You just reminded me. I want to play that so bad.
Yeah. They got a. Do they have a Dave and Buster's up in Canada? Like we got to do.
Well, bro, I'm not even really in Canada. I'm in like the North Pole. There's not shit really. There's enough. There's internet. I make my own arcade one day. I'll probably make a lot of money if I do it smart.
You don't give them the sauce, shit. I mean,
That's
matter
of
fact, shout out Video Game Depot in Anchorage. I gotta have him on the show. They like if you can get down there, it's in Alaska, so it's.
Oh yeah, I can actually. That's pretty close to me. I'll go
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And I need to get in touch with the owners. I forget
Yeah,
y'all's
man. We
names.
should do some kind of network. Yeah, network
Yeah,
at the two of us
yeah,
together maybe one day.
yeah. That
I
place
got
is
a
dope.
lot of crazy plans for the website, but it's gonna take me a couple years. It's gonna take me a few years. Like I need to like I'm like Phil Spencer right now. What I can show you is not that amazing, but when my heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
I need time. I gotta make up for lost time. I'm just exactly like Phil Spencer right now. That's how my life is.
Well, Gary V said that 40 is the new 20, so I mean, we'll get it right one of these days.
Word. Plus,
But
who's that guy? Oh man, there's a lot of like really older people right now that are like in crazy good shape. Like the dude that was the lead singer, Mick Jagger. He's like fucking working out, like lifting more weights than I could, and he's like 70 or some shit. Jeez,
yeah,
maybe we might be in the generation that realizes human lifespan's a little longer now.
yeah, man.
Yeah, but
So
hey, whatever. I'll make up quick time. I'll make up. I don't know. I'm not betting on all that, bro.
yeah, Matt, Crimson Knight. What do you have? Playing. Here on the horizon. You got any game stories? Anything that you've been playing? I mean, I know you've been playing WWE and y'all over there mixing up the medicine as we speak. Um,
Yeah, shout out Crimson Knight. We got a link to
where'd he
his.
go?
I don't know, but he's probably gonna come on the mic any second. But I'm just saying that anybody who's listening to this, if you're on RealGamerNews.com, then you can scroll to the bottom when the executive producer DJ Killzown Jones and all his social links are there, and Crimson Knight social links are there. So you can see Crimson Knight and his girl making all these cool characters, lots of amazing characters. Duke Nukem, for example.
Oh damn, she done made Duke Nukem.
Yeah,
Oh shit,
bro. And I was like, whoa, this is
damn.
impressive stuff. They're doing some impressive stuff, and they're taking requests, fan requests. And I'm sure he doesn't mind after you take it if you like make it into a meme or something, as long as you give credit. So
Mm.
shouts out Crimson Knight and DJ Killzone Jones. The social links are all at the bottom.
100, 100. And shout out to happy birthday to Charles Hamilton. I think he dropped a couple of his old projects online. So let me check real quick. I'm gonna double check. Let's see. Shout out. We never did talk about your boy Young Buck in his relationship that he got. But we could I
Uh,
guess say that's still developing. It's still going on. Like I don't know
well,
how
we can do that next week or
he,
something if
he,
you
he
want.
dropping mad mixtapes. Like he just your boy is going
Oh
in.
yeah,
Like
man, I love it when he gets on that mixtape jam and he's just like
and now he's dropping like
fire.
one every week. But like
Bro,
I
there
mean,
was a song that I watched him making, and I like saved the Twitch files because I was making like Young Buck mixtapes at the time just to sort of help push him up. Even though I stopped doing that when he got the deal with G Unit because I don't want to fuck up the business, right? But when
yeah,
he was like a free agent, I was like collecting the music and putting them in track order and putting them out again. And I
mm,
even seen also that he pays attention to that shit because when people were coming in the live streams and being like, "Oh, I heard your song," whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, who? Who'd you hear from?" And I was like,
yeah.
"Whoa!" And I talked to some people and stuff, like when he was with the Outlaws. They were on YouTube promoting his music, and I uploaded some stuff, and they were like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just a fan, bro. I'm just a fan, bro." Like, oh, all right. But yeah,
Mm,
man, he had this one song that I saw him make, and like they were doing it so quick. He was just saying something off the top of the head while he's burning one down, and then telling the engineer like, "Run that back, put that back," and then he's just doing it again and again. It was a fire song, and by the end, like I had the song, and I lost track of it because like the computer, that hard drive didn't work or something like that happened. And that song has still not come out to this day, and I can't even really remember the words. So like, yeah, man, that Young Buck is an amazing artist, bro. He's got like thousands of songs on tap and he
mm-hmm.
still makes new ones anyways. So wow, like even if, regardless if you like him or you don't like him, like you gotta respect talent at some point.
What's his name? Slim Jesus signed a record deal. Iggy Azalea
Oh,
got got a Bang Bros contract, and
What? No. That's not real. Is that real? She wouldn't do that.
and Space Ghost Perp out here wilding, talking about he did
You're just
something.
gonna breeze over that.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, we gonna breeze over that because I got mad respect for Kevin Gates. I'm not a big ASAP Rocky fan, but shout out to him. What's her name? What you call him? What's her name? What was I finna say? What's her name? Damn, Ariana Grande out here dropping diss songs and shit. Uh,
That was a
yeah.
matter of time. That little girl is a little G, bro. You gotta watch out for her. If you're friends with her in real life,
Oh
don't
yeah.
get too close, man. Watch out. Don't get.
You gotta you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Tech Nine trying to figure out why we giving Uzi Vert the Satanism pass, but that'll be next week, I guess, whenever because he's supposed to have dropped the album or whatever, but you know, with that cult, and the cult came out and like it's a whole bunch of shit going on.
Is he
Limited
saying
Run.
he wants to pass, or he's just saying?
No, he's saying that he's wondering why he's getting the pass. Like, and I don't think black folks is really listening to what you call them. Like, I've been listening to New Paddock for the last couple of weeks, right? And so I had to remind after the end of the song, I look at like when I'm changing I'm like, oh fuck, this dude. And I don't even think him and Juice World do this shit, right? But the thing about it is they only, and that's the same thing I said about Jay-Z. They only doing this shit just so us dummies will go and buy the music, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna go straight over to the damn wait a minute. We gonna go straight over to the damn music and listen to it. So
You're saying like they don't really believe in that stuff.
hey
or
man,
something?
you all right, big dog? Oh hell no, he is thirsty. Hey,
yo,
remember that? Wait a minute. Remember that time that
I vaguely remember
you
something,
remember
but
that?
who was
Yeah,
it?
it was me. It was me. And I had like mad articles. I had worked, and then you was like, "Hey, we're gonna do the podcast," and I'm like, "Yeah." So we did it. And halfway through the podcast, I fall asleep. And I wake up like, oh shit! And I'm calling and calling. He's like, yo, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Was that on video or just audio?
Yeah, it's on video.
Damn.
Like, my bad.
This is cool, man. It happens, you know.
That shit was hilarious.
But when I get like a fancy, you know, like studio room and then fly you out, you can't fall asleep then. That's the point.
Oh no.
You gotta wear a suit and stay awake and all that.
Yeah, but
yeah, but I'll be having prime rib and all that for you.
Yeah, we're gonna be hella Wingstop, hella Bel Air Rose.
Yeah.
Hella Heinekens or whatever y'all got up there.
Yukon Gold Pale Ale.
Hey, you know what? Pale Ale ain't that bad, but I'm not really
like
a super duper beer drinker. But I mean,
I'm not too. That's why I'm drinking Pale Ale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What is? Hold on. Oh, I'm on limited run, man. They sold out of all the damn. I was thinking about getting Outlast.
They're a
on
cool
the
ass
Switch.
company.
Well, they actually, like I said, they have been slacking on some of their shit. Like they've been, people have been waiting for games and shit, right? And hadn't got like they was at Mo GameCon, right? And it was a lot of shit that had happened as far because certain games got. I don't even. It's not even their part. Their fault for real. You know when they like switch over. I'm trying to think when they switch over like versions of the game. They'll delay the versions of the game. They'll you know, certain shit like that. And I think that's kind of like souring some people where they don't get a game or whatever, or they run out. And then they got to go and they, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff that goes into that. And they explain
some of
that,
it is the developer, though. Yeah, the publisher.
Yeah. So,
being
I
a
mean,
pain in the ass.
yeah, but it's kind of like, you know, we can't take folk money. And then I'm going to get to the bottom of that because I heard that from the video game show. Like, they had ordered some games and didn't get them. And I'm seeing, you know, that might, you know what I'm saying, that might be the problem. You know, that might be a problem. But, yeah. But anyway, we're going to get on out of here, man. This Beats of Biz podcast. Big Killzown, Crimson Knight.
R.I.P. Crimson Knight.
No.
Sleep tight, Crimson Knight.
Yeah, man. He out of there. But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man, that came through, watch the show, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe for the one time notifications bell so you can tell me upload and go live. Make sure y'all get on realgamernews.com. You can check out the XO18 rapper. I'm gonna go back and finish watching it from the Kingdom Hearts. Can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out, man. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna take off when Kingdom Hearts come out or wait till Resident Evil and then just start jumping back through. I'm actually about to probably in the next 30 minutes go and start playing Battlefield 5 because I went and got EA access. So I got that 10-hour demo. And yeah, shout out to my brother, man, Cooley Bros King. He just put out his new project, Summertime Mac at 2.5. Go check him out. Yeah. We out of here.
Peace.
Oh, wait a minute. One more thing. Yep. Shout out Hip Hop Gamer, man, for that article on Hot 97 talking about ending the gaming stereotypes. I totally agree with that, with his viewpoint. We can talk about it later on. I want to get some more people on. Maybe I'm gonna reach out and see maybe if we can get him on if he ain't busy so he can talk about that shit, you know, like old time. But you know, we gotta email him, you know what I'm saying, hella ahead of time. But shout out to him, man. That's a real to stand out on that platform and have that piece is really, really dope. And he confirmed what I said about Battlefield 5, y'all, that is actually fire. So don't give up on EA yet, even though they, you know, they more shady than Slim. But yeah, we out of here, y'all. Peace.
All right, peace.